the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. On a visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. These guys have fought to a winning record after dropping their first two. And opposing them on the home sideline, that is the head coach of the Dragons. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home. From the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And we're off from San Antonio. Jukes away from one. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them out is one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Got a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and if it was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, certainly some momentum to build on today.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. He's going to throw it. Complete out to the right side. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
3rd and long for him here. He's across the 35. And he gets it forward all the way to the 44. So 3rd and 16, no problem for him as they get the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
They go play action on 1st down. Looking at this fullback now. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At their 40.
This is Murray. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the defense has it. Defense recovers. That's a turnover. They have gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. They're brought out by one of the team's youngest and brightest in his first season out of Clemson.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. To be the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Last run got him 9, so now they need 1 more here on 2nd down. Running it again with Dobbins. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Completed over the middle. And he has it down in the 8-yard line on the play. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Vikings 8-yard line.
Back now, pressure coming. He brings it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and
Rolling from the gun. And he's got his man. Touchdown. Bucs get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Cut out left. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. Pass play on first and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 44. Second and 3 now.
To number 26. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and
Now looking to throw.
at the 44.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And what will they dial up on third and short? Throwing now out of the shotgun. Ooh, the rush is too much here. Down he goes. And they're staring at a fourth down now after that sack.
Hey, third down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. The Dragons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, first and 10. Handoff to the back. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. As for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
They're going play action. He lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And that is a touchdown. The Dragons pull that in front further, 13-10.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dragons drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
14. Vikings nothing.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. The turn starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings now set to take the field. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. Minnesota in the formation. It's first and 10. Now give to Murray. This drive drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On the carry, this is Murray. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Vikings, first down. It's a gain of 3. First down, Vikings.
They go to Murray on the ground. And the stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down. Running from the gun here. Taking a shot deep here. That's grabbed inside the 30. How about a big hit or 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
No gain on the play.
Here's Murray. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Close caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. Our score, 14-0. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. It'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
3rd and long.
Back to throw now. He's got it. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. They've got themselves a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
He keeps this one himself. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll call his own number, and he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings make it a 1-score game in the first half. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Dragons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at second in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Takes the second down snap. Gets his tight end on the corner right. This is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To the air now on first and 10. Fits it through the middle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Back to pass on first and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Throwing off the play fake. Running in the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. They've got 3 tight ends on this first and goal, thinking run or play action.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Dobbins can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it.
And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Dragons take a 13-point lead. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on first down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Dragons double their lead to 14.
Vikings 7.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stayed one play ahead of their defensive foes. QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses. But not for the defense right there. Did the homework. And they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
Motioning left is their running back. Working now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain. This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he'll try to hit this one well. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. Now outruns their offense to take over. And they sure looked clean throwing that football in the last drive, didn't they? That's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their gameplay. Get that passing game going early, pick up some mo, while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to bring up first down. We've set it down from 37. Throwing now on first down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now one of the Vikings in some pain out there, so we'll get a stoppage here as he's helped by trainers. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Brought in by his back. Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 44. Third and just 2 to go.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Finds him on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Sticking to the air here. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
San Antonio, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. That run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from San Antonio coming up. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. Some room to work. And they take this in for the score. The Dragons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dragons stretch their lead to 21. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. His return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. We'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25. Working quickly here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now off the play action. He's going to keep it this time. That's a pickup of 9. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. All set to go now from the 35. Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike.
Vikings, 1st down.
Trying to throw this from the gun. All the left side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
They work against the blitz. This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Throwing from the gun here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And a nice game here, but it's stopped short of the first. Air it out on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dragons will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I know he started the play as a defender, But gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From 37 yards in the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
And with that one, you're going to see some salty, foul moods in that locker room. You hate all turnovers, but that one led to 3 points, and you hate those even more.
And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, because this one goes for a touchback. Throw in here just before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our journey around the NFL starts now with an intriguing matchup in the AFC. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Well done here. It's a touchdown. The Snowhawks are playing well. They improved to 5-1 with this victory. Up next, another intriguing matchup. And here's the Saints wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Saints get just their 2nd win of the season. They improve to 2-4. Lastly, let's go out to Chicago. The Bears hosting the New York Giants. And this is the Giants wideout. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Giants trying to move to 5-1. They're playing well. They have the lead again at the half. And with that, a look now at the rest of the action around the NFL here in week number 6. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. He fields it from the 8. Good work so far. He's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Dragons, ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. Give to Dobbins to start the third. And he's going to work it ahead for about 3. Second down coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Complete over the middle. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
Back now, pressure coming. That's caught for the first. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now. Now here he goes. He loses the football. And the Vikings have recovered. So they do take over after the fumble, Brock, but they're doing so in a dangerous spot right near their own end zone.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you got to have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. There's a dive up the middle. And they're going to manage to take him down at the 12. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. It is cut left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 7.
They'll go play action. This one falls incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be halted just before he can reach the 30. They're all set now. 1st and 10.
A gain of 12. 1st down.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. He'll get this one to Madison. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 8 runs to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap. Looking to throw. That one's complete right side. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short.
Vikings 1st down.
They'll go with the option to the right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Dropping back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive.
7 yards to go.
Throw here, 3rd down. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
A 7-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Line up the design keeper. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
He's going to throw this one. Jump off caught by his back. And he's able to get this down to the 13. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Number 26. 5 yards on the play.
Looking now from the gun. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start the second half with some needed points. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
For the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
31. Vikings 15.
All right, partner, it is a small step on a long road back, but a necessary one. The touchdown and that conversion drop us back down to a 2-score game.
So you're saying there's a chance, Kate, just a little bit of a chance. Maybe they got to do it again and again and again. But all I know, time may not be on their side, but they did gain just a little bit of momentum.
Offense to the line. Here we go. We get it on the ground here with Dobbins. He's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Cut out left. Rolling into enemy territory. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's a design run. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
3rd and long for him here. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. First field goal was good. His second, pressure mid, and it's blocked. They pick up the block inside the 40, and he'll get it up to the 44.
This block right here, it's a product of preparation effort and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
The Vikings back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Sending him on the dive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Back to throw. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. To the air on third and long. He has the first over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He's going to throw it again. Oh, he loses the football. It's picked up by the defense. And the return finally over as they take the fumble into enemy territory.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they got a nice present onto the end for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
Another drive coming up for this offense. They came into this game on a 5-game win streak and currently in control of what could be a 6th straight victory. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Play is under review.
Yeah, pretty bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. They are throwing it again. Short pass brought in. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 21.
Going from the gun here. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's third down.
Number 88, incomplete. Brings up third and 5.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
So a pivotal moment for the Vikings as they go for 2.
They'll line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're throwing it. And he's got a man. Complete. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. Pretty easy to recognize the intensity on that 2-point try. Could have made it a one-score game, but instead, still a 10-point deficit, Brock. They're going to need a couple more scores.
They sure will. Means more than likely a couple possessions too, Kate. And we're to the point, if you look up at that scoreboard, there's not going to be many possessions left in this one.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. The Dragons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll run on first down with Dobbins. A lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Passing now on 2nd and 10. Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. 3rd and just 2 to go.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
San Antonio, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8. Now hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Throwing it to the left. Cut! And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
86. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
The give here on 2nd. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Going all the way to the end zone here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Out comes the kick team to attempt this field goal. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Fields this one at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Minnesota in the formation. It's 1st and 10. They're going play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a first down. They'll go play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him on the slant. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out.
First down. A gain of 12.
They'll go play action on first down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Carter here from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. Third and short.
They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
First down, Minnesota.
Receiver in motion, going left. Now give to Murray. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
This time it's a passing play. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19. Offense to the line fast. He'll send him over right.
10 at the 19-yard line.
On the red zone now. Hits him on the out route. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
They're going to try and throw it here. Brought in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
First down.
Throwing it again here. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Dragons take over deep in their own territory, down inside the 10. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Back out runs their offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one to about the 22 before they take him down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's a quick pass, cut outright. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. 3rd down, and they need to get 10. 3rd and long for him here. Finds his man over the middle. And he's taken down just a couple yards shy of the 40. That's a good-looking play by the Clemson rookie, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. 1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Design quarterback run here. And they'll start some work to do now on 3rd down as he only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and...
Try and pick this up on the ground. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
some textbook work covering that part. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like the 28. Vikings out of the hurry-up, meet everyone back to the line.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And they clock it, 22 seconds to play. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, off the play action. Escapes the pocket.
The quarterback on the
Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
And they spike it with time left for one play. 5 seconds to go. All right, one more snap to play here. Desperation time here on fourth. Trying to push deep downfield. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Dragons emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.